you cannot scale what you don't see. Typically, they say businesses fail in the first 5 years. We hope to be able to extend that to 15 years. If you have an apartment, you have all of your experiences together in one place, right? Yes. Imagine if you would have to go to your a restroom different from your apartment. You have to go to maybe a street down, two streets down. You have to enjoy different amenities across, right? Now, you will get those amenities. Probably it will be fun using them at that point, but it's disjointed. Yes. Because by the time you're heading back to your main apartment, the experiences starts to win out, you get to stressed out and all of that. It's majorly still the typical experience of business owners in Africa. They do sales separately somewhere, they do inventory separately somewhere, they do marketing separately somewhere, they do payment separately somewhere, and they have to now get an accountant, they are banking separately somewhere. They then have to now get a bunch of people to come try to make sense of all of those data. In that way, it's not efficient. They can't scale, and because they can't see things, right, they cannot efficiently manage that business and grow. So what we are doing is that we are giving them access to markets, to the global markets, through an integrated online store that they can have and scale and receive payments globally and also ship globally. We are giving them access to capital.
Hello and welcome to the Made in Africa podcast. I'm your host, Kemishi Samuel, and in the studio here with us today, we have Paul Akolade and Raphael Abayomi, co-founders of Vant. Thank you for taking out the time to speak with us today. We really, really appreciate it. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Fantastic. So let's get right into it. First question I usually ask is to gauge if you grew up in an environment that is entrepreneurial. You know, very often the environment we grew up in sort of like shapes our future, right? And was that the case for you guys? Were your parents entrepreneurial? Did you have anyone around you who was always a problem solver, looking to build something of his own or our own? Did you have like any influence around you when you were growing up?
Yes, for me, I did actually. My aunt's husband, where I lived with my aunt most of my years, I was a businessman. He was a contractor, got a lot of deals with, different organizations. He belonged to different clubs. So it sort of helped me understand, and he picked me along to a lot of those meetings and clubs and stuff like that. So I sort of understood all those languages and stuff like that. So it's fantastic. Really inspired.
Was it the same for you, Raphael?
I mean, literally, my dad was a civil servant. But my mom was a trader. And I think growing up, I grew up to know how to trade and do all these things. I mean, there's sometimes I stay at the shop for her and try to know how to do the plus and minus.
Exactly. Yes, I like that. That's fantastic.
So I mean, growing up, that's what it was for me. So
amazing. Yeah. I think experiences like that are really good to have for young people, right? Yeah. Because if you find out very often, as is your case, Paul, you were going along with your uncle, right?
Yeah.
Things that you would learn and pick up, your mates will take maybe another 3-4 years to get the same, because then you are interacting with much older people.
Yeah.
Right. That was it. I also had that kind of experience growing up. So someone taught me how to play or showed me the basics of playing the guitar when I was much younger. Okay. Now if I was to put an age to it, let's say I was 15, he was 29.
Oh, wow.
Yes, exactly. And we're always together. His elder brother as well was 33. So those were the people I was rolling with, imagine, in quotes. And they would come to visit me. Well, visit my elder brother as well. Okay. But then me, you still can't see until they teach me stuff. So people around me were always like, how would this young guy be having older friends like this? Yeah. So what that helped me with was I learned emotional intelligence very quickly. Right? Because I learned how to interact with older people and manage my own emotions as well.
Exactly.
So I love that we all share that in common. Yeah. So let's move on. I want to come from my angle as well. When I was growing up, I had different stages where I wanted to be different things in life. Okay. At first, I wanted to be a pilot.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to be a doctor. Everybody wanted to be a doctor.
I wanted to be a doctor.
Really? Everybody was I feel like...
Not once in my life did I ever consider wanting to be a doctor. I don't know why. I mean,
out of 10 people like growing up, if you ask them what was your the first thing you wanted to become, they were like, doctor.
Yeah,
so,
I love that. So that changed. It progressed as I got older and got exposed to not just the realities in Nigeria, opportunities available, but also my own strengths as an individual. Although I still got it wrong, and I've since corrected it. Right, because if I had gotten advice and counseling as I should have, as young people should get in secondary school, I would probably have gone to art class as opposed to science.
Same here.
Yeah, okay.
Art or commercial.
But let's come back. I will come back to how we can fix that in the education sector. But for now, was it the same for you guys?
Yeah, for me, right, I wanted to be an engineer, an aeronautic engineer, actually.
Really specific, nice.
Yeah, specifically, right? Then after a while, because my dad had always been saying that he wanted a doctor, so at some point, my mind was guided towards medicine. Yeah. But then I focused. I then had an idea that I wanted to be a surgeon, but I wanted to be a gynecologist, right? So I've always been having specific stuff, right? Right? So I obsessed over that for a long time. When I'm obsessed about things, I read about them. So I had, as far back as SS2, I was already reading Prescott.
Really?
I was reading anatomy and physiology. My cousin, who I lived with, right, was studying medicine in Obafemi Awolowo University. So I was privy to his books and stuff like that. So I have similar experiences with you because I lived with older people.
Right.
So growing up, I lived with my cousins, and the youngest one was 7 years older than I am. Right? My cousin was 10 years older than I was, the guy. Yeah. So, and that was who I referred to as my brother, right? And we chatted, we played. So all of the things they did, they took me along, right? So it's allowed me matured up very fast.
Quickly, yes.
And I was thinking in different bounds and realms than my contemporary guys. So those things really set me up for this kind of life, and I think it's also made me very resilient, right? Because I knew how to stay alone. I know how to do a lot of stuff like that. Then, but my career then, like, it's evolved to this extent that I actually even studied microbiology.
Really?
I had an entrance for medicine and all of that, but for reasons I don't want to get into, I couldn't proceed with that. So I did microbiology through my undergrad, right? And I said, when I was getting into microbiology, I said I was going to finish microbiology and then go directly into medicine.
Okay.
But 2 years into microbiology, I said, no,
you discovered business.
And then while I was in school, in 100 level, I started doing all these online investing stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Raphael, what of you?
I think, the endless one we had, or what I wanted to do was maybe when I was in primary 1, primary 2, I wanted to be a doctor. So I did like fancy like that. So, but I mean, when I got to like basic 6, I think primary 6 or so GS1, I already knew that I wanted to like become like a computer engineer. I was like, I wanted to like study computer. That was all in my head. So like there was no two way about it.
Right.
So when I was going to like GS1, I already knew that I wasn't interested
in any other thing.
This was my life. So like even right down to JAM, down to YG, so I went to school, I studied mathematics.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So I studied mathematics.
I'm jealous of people that know how to do math. Like, so what the hell?
I studied mathematics.
Who goes to school to read maths? Jesus, I hate maths. Because I don't know how to
mathematics
do it.
Was my best subject. Actually.
No, I think it helps him write great logic.
Exactly, yes.
Now, mathematics was my best subject, so it was easy for me. So like, I mean, mathematics.
Now I'm jealous as fuck.
And my uni, the department was like computer science and mathematics, so it was encapsulated together. So mathematics, so there was no problem. So it was what I wanted, and I went for it.
Fantastic.
So
how lucky! How lucky! It all worked out for you.
Yeah,
it actually worked out for you.
We're still putting in the work. So
I get you. I wish I was really good at maths when I was younger. Till now, I still struggle with maths, but it is well.
I mean,
let me not cry on camera.
No.
Don't cry.
Let me not cry on camera. But after uni, right? If you can notice, I'm telling a story, right? Leading up to Vant. So after uni, I'll now start with you, Raphael. Did you have a previous like corporate experience? Did you work under anybody before Vant came into the picture?
Yeah, actually. I
Okay,
would say
please share that story.
So the thing is, before I got into uni, I was already like building stuff. I was already like building websites.
Oh, you were already writing code?
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Before I went to school.
Yeah, nice.
So I was already doing these things. So I already knew what I wanted to do. So let me tell you a quick story. So in my 100 level days, I was like, okay, no, let me keep my head in the game. Like it's cool. Like so I was very, very like invested in it, and I was putting in my all. So when I got to 200 level, I think I had my first semester exam. Okay. And I was like, are you sure this is what you want to do? I mean, you know, like that. Second guessing. Okay, I mean, should I drop out? I wasn't contemplating dropping out, but because it wasn't an option for me.
Yeah, okay.
I had to like finish it. I don't start finish. So I had to finish it, but I was just like, you know, let me try to like efficiently manage my time and try to like see, okay, you know, because at like during 100 level, I wasn't putting much more attention to like my like the tech side.
Yes.
So I was just like, you know, get serious to school and all like that. So what's one of them, like, you know, if I'm going to like, and like me being privy to like the school information, and seeing them not teaching us what we're supposed to do, it's not applicable. I mean, I can teach my lecturers. I'm not bright. I'm not trying to brag, but like there are sometimes things that I expect them to like, I mean, stores more on, but they are not. I mean, imagine me, I'm studying mathematics. I'm still going to biology lab to do what? Chemistry lab. I mean, those guys. So it wasn't tallying. So I was like, okay, no, I already know what I want. I want to be I'm a software engineer. So this is what I want. And this is just like a part of my life that I need to like get sorted out, and just so I just took it as it is. So I was working with like, I've already started working with companies.
Oh, nice.
I work with like businesses building e-commerce websites and all like that, building solutions for them. I mean, there was a time I built like a let's put it like this, a laundry POS system. Okay. When I was in uni.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So then when I was in uni, so I built it. So all those things are like they were my like I was already working. I was in a corporate, a corporate worker. In that kind of sense, it was just like me managing my time. Okay, I have to read, and if I have meetings, I have to like, and so those are like, so I already have like those experiences even when I was in uni. I remember my uni took relatively 7 years because of strike, but my course is like 5 years. So my course is like 5 years. So relatively 7 years. So before my final year in uni, I already making some bank.
I love that. I love that. I love that. What was your own story, Paul?
I worked with a few corporates. Okay. So I worked with. It's okay. I mentioned some of those.
Yes.
I'd mentioned I'd worked with MTN.
Okay.
Gave me customer service background and stuff like that. Then after that I ventured out, started my own consulting firm, working with small businesses. Then after that,
consulting. Which service were you consulting on?
Basically, tech actually, because I got into tech around that time. I was building website for them.
Please, timeline. This was around what year?
That was around 2016.
Okay.
Right. I worked with MTN in 2015, early 2016. Around 2016, I started doing that.
Yes.
And then around towards the end of 2016, 2017, I got an offer with someone that wanted to start up the company. I went to help that person start up the company because the person was like quite busy and stuff like that. I was like the lead there. So I didn't have that experience, but one of the things that has been particular throughout my career is that I usually jumped on things probably I didn't have experience on. And I loved figuring things out because I had this experimentation thing to me, right?
That,
So I was able to help them set up, it was a factory, right?
Okay.
Juice factory and stuff like that, but it was a mini one. Went with NAFDAC, got the approval for the building. It should be manage the people that built it out.
That's nice.
He recruited real employees.
Project management experience.
I didn't even know what it was called then, but all of these things, right? Built it out and do all of that stuff. And before then, as far back as 2012, 2013, 2014, I had worked on a product called Ajoaya, which got about 3,000 users. Basically, it was for core members, right? Like a community. So I paid a friend. I actually raised an investment then from the PRO of my uni. Right?
Yes. You've been cooking for a long time.
Yeah, he gave me a check.
Yes.
That check, I paid money to my friend, bought servers and all of that, built the platform, went to talk to core members, come and join, all of those stuff, right? But of course, I shut it down. I didn't know what to take it further from there. Then I then worked with a friend again on a app called Clickle Chat.
Right.
So it was released in Unilag. We had the massive launch for Unilag then. And then that chat app was the first chat app in Africa to be built on the back of Telegram before Telegram came into Nigeria or even Africa at all. So we were able, our interface looked similar like Telegram. We're able to do all of those things. Of course, the guy who owned the project, because I was like their product manager then, right? Just traveled out and stuff like that. So the project died. So back forward to after I helped set up the factory and stuff like that, I decided I want to do more of tech. So I started learning how to code and do all of those things. I became very good at it. I worked with companies like BedMate. I was their IT manager. And all of that. And one of the things I have in organizations is that I'm the type of person that would like to do stuff that are not being picked up. So while I got to BedMate, when initially got there, I was the IT manager. I was a website developer and all of that. I managed their social media. I also did 3D designs. I'm serious.
You were doing the whole thing.
I was doing, that's me. I've always been very versatile. So I did the 3D designs and stuff like that. True story, right? I was the first employee because then BedMate didn't have Nigerians. So they just recruited their first set of Nigerians, right? I was the first employee working in the head office that had the highest value of laptop. My laptop as at then cost close to 500,000 naira. The MD one day saw me and said, "Paul, I have to get your laptop here." And it was so awesome and all of that. By the time I was leaving BedMate, they had to split my role into like maybe 4 other roles. They had to hire a what is it called? Okay, before I left, I told them to start hiring some people. So I took on the role of managerial role. You see now. So I came in as 3 months I came into BedMate. My salary was increased 50%.
Wow.
Literally. So
that's crazy work rate.
I'm all about work. So from there I moved to Essenza. I was the head of e-commerce. I moved to Rough and Tumble. I was the head of e-commerce. And then I became COO at BuyASAP, an e-commerce startup. So I've done a lot of e-commerce sales, IT mixed with that and all of that. And I've been working with small businesses. So that actually makes sense because for what the value we are giving to small businesses now, it kind of relates to what we're doing with Vant.
True. I'm going to come. Okay, let me start with how did you guys meet?
Oh, do you want to start?
Yeah.
Should I start?
Yeah, please.
I think this is the first time I'm getting asked how do we meet because this is the first time I'm getting asked and this is the first time I'm getting to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we met through
exclusives
on
Made in Africa. That's nice.
So we met through a mutual friend.
Okay.
So I'm a software engineer.
Yeah.
That my mutual friend is like a product designer.
All right.
So I think he had a project that they were looking for a software engineer. Yeah. So he was the one sourcing for a software engineer.
Oh.
So he referred me to him.
Yeah.
So that's how we met. That's a short story about
really?
We met.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
then
please continue.
Okay, then we worked on the project together. That's what I want to say.
Fantastic. So at what point did the idea of Vant start to form?
Okay. I
want pause.
Okay. So now when we met, before we started Vant together, right? We had been working for close to 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at that time I ran a software consulting firm. Right. So I handled different projects and he was constantly working on it. Right. So we had prior relationship, understood our work ethic and stuff like that. and it is all about work. So, so basically,
I love that.
Right. So, but for me, for Vant, right, Vant had been something that I call Vant a purpose for me, because if I didn't do Vant, I don't think there's any other thing I would do that will be as meaningful, or I'll be doing something around building. I've always loved building.
Okay.
So, true story. The man that I worked for, that I helped him set up his factory,
Right.
he is a top executive in a commercial bank.
Okay.
So we're having a conversations one day, and I'd always been curious because I wanted to build something that would outlast generations. I wanted to build something that would scale impact, that had the potential to scale to millions and millions. And so, and of course, while I was consulting earlier, I had understood the struggles of small business owners, especially with their inability to access credit and all of those stuff. So I asked him a question one day. I said, what does it take to own a bank? Right? And because of the level he has grown in his career, he sits me down, just shares with me. Today, he's still my mentor. So I go to him from time to time to get advice on what we're doing at Vant, right? And he told me, you need 3 billion naira. Right? He gave me some other gist, but he just told me like 3 billion naira. At that moment, I don't think I had up to 500 naira in my pocket. But the moment he mentioned the 3 billion naira looked very small to me. Like it became
it made you able to
conceptualize.
Exactly.
Like I could hold a figure to it. So he knows me when we're working and we are trying to get something sorted. When you speak all the grammar, just tell me, what does it take? I literally need to conceptualize. Once you can tell me this is what it takes, my mind grabs it and I can run and we can get it done. So I had to then tell myself, what does it take to solve this, right? So when we started, right, true story, right, what evolved into Vant today started as a POS shop. People would not believe it. And the first money we used for the setup of the POS shop was gotten from my mother-in-law. 50,000 naira. I did not even have that money at that time, sincerely. Right? So, but because the first time I asked, that POS shop started about 2 years after I had asked my mentor what it takes to start a bank. Right? But in between that time, my mind has been and I asked that question around early 2017, 2016, actually, 2016, 2017. So I had been having the idea. I've been trying to find someone that can build it with me. I didn't get the right person, the right person that had the right work ethic. But the moment I met Raphael, right? So I mean, it just clicked because he's the type of person that understands vision. Right. Once he sees himself in something, he's committed. One of the things is that it's hard to get people that can be as committed as you to something. So
very true. Okay, so you met Raphael at what year was that, please?
That was 2018. 2018, 2019, around that time.
Okay, so Raphael, Paul approached you with this idea. What were your initial thoughts when he pitched it to you?
I mean, literally, we've worked on different projects, so it wasn't like, and I was looking to build too. So it was just a yes to me, because I mean, I know the kind of person he is. I know the kind of like visionary he is. I mean, I trust his judgment on different things, on so many things. So I mean, it wasn't it was a no-brainer. Like, oh, let's go, let's get it. I mean, so, and I want to like build something that will last me too. Because I mean, I tell my guys that I won't code forever. So true. So I want to like build something that would drive impact, drive. I mean, at a point in time in every developer's career, like, I mean, they want to build something that people are able to like use and solve. It's just like, it's beyond like the money,
the monetary reward.
The money can reduce it too, but it's beyond the money. So like, I mean, impact and I mean, it gets like, I mean, I help people solve this kind of like
problem,
issues and problems. So that was it for me. I was like, let's solve this problem.
Fantastic. And what were the first steps you guys took? Obviously coding, but what were those early days like? And again, how did you come up with the name Vant?
Okay, so I'll talk about the early days. So when I said how we initially started, right, with the physical stuff like that, we started working with small shops and stuff like that. We're giving them, they were saving with us, right, and then we'll issue them loans. So we're basically using their consistency and all of that.
I don't like cutting my guests, but I want to ask, how did you get them to trust you to save with you?
Yeah, so one of the things we did is we used community-based agent system.
Okay.
Right, so we basically found people who already had good characters in their community. So they then started speaking and approaching people, and then we use those people, their houses as centers.
Okay.
So the people that were coming knew that this person lives here. We know them. They walk by, right? So they can't escape. They can't just pack up and run.
That,
and then we just branded them with our own stuff, and they started from there.
That's nice.
But when we wanted to really say that, I think it's time to really build this out into a scalable digital product.
Right. Yeah.
What we did is we started using, we were using the likes of Flutterwave and Paystack at that time. What we did is we created test stuff, links. We created payment links, pages and stuff like that. And said, and we're using it in WhatsApp for like about 3-4 months. Right, just checking people. Do people want to pay money through this? Do people want to? You understand? So we started seeing people, doing all of those activities, and it sort of encouraged us.
That's validation.
And so, exactly. So, and then we took time to form some part members of the team. So we recruited a lot of the guys that were working with me from my other business that were doing a lot of stuff with them. I think one day we just told them that we wanted to build something like this, like who was going to be interested. And we told them that, okay, for this, it's not like the money you earn from this other company, because this other company clients pay me and I pay you.
This
you
one not
well,
yet,
but this one not yet. And to my surprise, a lot of them signed up, and almost all of them that signed up are still with us till now.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
So I think that we are not trying to blow our own tooth on. I think that we've been able to create a culture where people can trust us, even our own employees first, or people, team members. They can trust us and they can commit their time. It's not easy committing your time and energy to something, knowing that it's not paying, but you can trust.
Especially your early adulthood life, which is very, very important.
Exactly. But one of the promises I made to the team then, I told them that if they work with us at Vant, it's going to be one of their best work ever.
I love that.
Yeah, so I mean...
Yes. So now you guys have decided to build a digital product from that previous model. Were you the only one working on the code at the time, or did you have any help? And what was it like?
I think you're asking me the right question. You're getting exclusive actually, because I've actually not gotten to say this anyway.
Yeah.
So for the first 1.5 years of Vant, I was the front end, back end, middle end, all the ends that you can think of. Everything. So I was all the ends. So back end. So like I think I was telling you that it was until last year that I allowed one person on the back end.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
One person on the back end.
Wow.
But my hands is off like the front end major.
Okay, nice.
I have men I trust now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. I love that. Then the name Vant, you've not answered.
Yeah, so the name Vant, right? It came from the word advantage.
Okay.
So the goal was for us, the primary goal is to give business owners advantage.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put it this way, right? The word advantage, if you take the last word age, and you take the word ad, right, you get Vant in between them.
I love that.
That's basically how it came, right? And for us, business owners must have an advantage to scale better, to stay. There's a way we coined it. It says we want, typically they say businesses fail in the in the first 5 years. We hope to be able to extend that to 15 years.
Wow, I love that vision. That is fantastic. So tell us categorically or specifically now what Vant is and the problem you're solving.
Okay, so let's put it this way in a story, right? If you have an apartment, right, you would not want, you have an apartment, you have all of your experiences together in one place, right? Yes. But typically, imagine if you would have to go to a restroom different from your apartment.
Yeah.
You have to go cook and get your food, but it's still not in the same place. So you have to go to maybe a street down, two streets down. You have to enjoy different amenities across, right? Now, you will get those amenities. Probably it will be fun using them at that point, but it's disjointed. Because by the time you're heading back to your main apartment, the experiences starts to win out, you get to stressed out and all of that. It's majorly still the typical experience of business owners in Africa, basically in Nigeria, right? They do sales separately somewhere. They do inventory separately somewhere. They do marketing separately somewhere. They do payment separately somewhere. That's true. And they have to now get an accountant. Their banking is separately somewhere. They then have to now get a bunch of people to come try to make sense of all of those data and put it all together. In that way, it's not efficient. They can't scale. There's this saying I have that you cannot scale what you don't see. And because they can't see things, right? They cannot efficiently manage that business and grow. So what we are doing is that we are giving them access to markets, to the global markets through an integrated online store that they can have and scale and receive payments globally and also ship globally. We are giving them access to capital. Basically, we've been issuing tickets and credit to we've done close to about 250 businesses now, small businesses. So, and we've issued between 50K to $1 million to most of those businesses. Sometimes we do just a bit more than that, but I mean, we can only do basically based on our current, capacity. Capacity. So we've done that. And of course, we are offering another key thing, which is the data, right? We want them to be able to have access to all of that data in one point. We want them that at any point they can have it on a straight snapshot of what their businesses is like.
I love that.
That's what bigger businesses do because they already have big teams that can make that bunch of stuff together. But small businesses don't have that.
True. Exactly. I love that. I'm going to come back to how Vant runs, but first, Raphael, can you recollect what the experience was like for you guys getting your first order? Let me know. I don't want to use the word order, but first client,
Okay. So I think it wasn't so difficult actually. Because I mean, like there was a predefined user base. That kind of thing, like what you mentioned about like the POS users and like so people already trusted. So we just banked on those users and we grew from there. So that was it.
Okay, so I want to be very specific with the question. How you felt them getting that service from the product.
Okay.
For the first time.
I mean, it felt good actually. It felt good. I mean, it wasn't like it felt very good actually. Right. It felt very good, and it was like a self-realization. Like you know, people are already like. I mean, we can't fail. We can't feel like. I mean,
I love that.
Can I speak Yoruba?
Yeah, please.
Like that's the word. Like I mean, you set yourself up in that kind of sense. And like I said, I don't start what I can't finish. I don't start what I can't finish. So it's ahead.
Yeah, ahead. Question, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, one of the trickiest bits of running credits, right, is recollection and recovery.
Exactly.
What has that experience been like for you guys? And how have you been able to navigate that aspect of the business?
Okay, so when we started, right, because we were using a model that allowed trust and stuff like that, and it allowed us have less than 1% default or net NPL, right? So, but we knew that it had to be a bit different when we're going, when we're scaling the product across because, so one of the things we did was that, first of all, when we started, we had to allow people refer other people to get credit. That allowed us. But then one of the things we then do is that now we have an algorithm, proprietary algorithm, that we basically use to gather all the different endpoints. We have partnerships that allows us to check credit history and all of that. And for small businesses that are not currently in the system, right, we basically check, We check their banking history if they have any. If they don't have, we allow them build up some form of history within our own system. Then we take that with their inventory size, their sales, and all of that. We do all of those permutations to then say that, okay, this is the amount of credits you can have access to.
Yeah.
And I think for us, one of the things we also do is we educate our users a lot.
Okay.
Right? We do something called money talk show that really help them understand the dangers of not paying back money.
Yes.
And how, but for example, most of our users, right, that collect credit from us, they know that when they pay back, it is to their own good.
True.
Right? And all of that. But of course, we know that there can be outliers.
Yes.
But those outliers, literally, at this moment, we do about 0.5% in NPL.
Wow.
So,
that is very impressive.
Yes. But yes, it is impressive. But for me, I'm also a person that my guys know, right? Even something is impressive, I don't just sit on that laurels. Because even at this point, when we need to scale higher, we then need to redefine that model and say that, can it fit into a higher scale?
Yes.
When you understand, the next kind of markets, even if it is saying that we want to enter Port Harcourt or Enugu or wherever, what is the prevailing culture around that? Can we find a way out to ensure that those kind of people, we can get them to understand how to pay and whatever that's
amazing. So I hear you mention Port Harcourt and Enugu. Are you just in Lagos at the moment?
No, we are not just in Lagos actually, but I'm just using that. The new market could be Kenya, for example. So I'm just saying that new environment.
I needed to get that.
No, we are basically just our users are all over Nigeria.
Fantastic.
In the north.
So this aspect of scaling, right? You've mentioned that you're looking to build it for a global audience now. What are some of the there's a word I'm looking for. It's not coming. But what are some of the steps you are taking? There was one sophisticated word I was looking for, but it's not coming. To ensure that process goes rather smoothly.
Okay. So for us, right, when we look at global expansion, right? I see it as positioning, right? Because we need to build the foundations on which the business can then scale globally. So one of the things we're doing is the marketplace that we have that is, if you like calling it marketplace, is a store that each business is storefront, that each business can create their own store. We've positioned it that they can sell globally.
Oh, nice.
And receive money globally for their product. That's fantastic. So what that does instantly is that it's for every time someone out there, their existing customers buy globally from them, it registers that they are buying from, because the checkout, you understand, that experience, they receive emails, it start creating that brand awareness, right? Then coming to that, we also know that these people, in terms of compliance, right? We are currently incorporated in the United States. We've gotten our FISN registration, right? We are an MSB, right? One of the things we are going to be replicating that across different countries, right? And then we have a very strong what is it called now? Compliance firm that backs us basically. For any of the countries or where we need to enter, we already know our AML policies. Oh my god! And so it's very So we sort of have the compliance side, steady, and then we're improving on the strategy to ensure that even before we fully begin operations in those other countries, we already have some form of presence.
I love that. Raphael, managing money, especially people's money, is a very tricky stuff. And there are cyber attacks that happen almost every second. How are you guys mitigating these risks?
I'm a advocate for, I cannot lose money that I don't have. So I cannot lose money that I don't have. So I'm very, 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 very careful with codes that handle finance. There are codes that handles any other thing, but codes that handle finance is very, very it's very, very tricky and very, very important that you test and retest. So, and I build to break. So in the sense that I try to break what
you've built.
So I don't like getting blindsided.
Yeah, that's being very proactive.
Yeah, so I build to break. So I build to so I try to break it on my own end. I can be very, very sneaky too. I was telling one of my friends that if I try to penetrate, if you give me 5 fintechs, I have 5 attacks that I can't penetrate. That won't drop.
Nice.
And I'm very serious about it. So I do that on my own end. I don't trust myself in that kind of sense. So I don't trust. So I try to break my code to that my it list.
Yes.
And put it like that. So it is very important that, and users are very funny too.
Okay.
And hackers don't care. They don't they're not emotional.
Yes.
So means I don't try to get very emotional with my code.
Yeah.
So I try to be very, very objective, and sometimes I think subjectively too. Let's do this, and whatever is worth doing well. So
true.
Yeah, true. I would like to add that one of the things that also helps us with that is because we have about I think 4 banking partners.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we do routine audits, actually,
penetration testing.
So we basically have to submit reports and say these are the state of things and stuff like
so
that.
I love that.
I mean, we still did one last month then that we submitted. So
that's fantastic.
Those are those are things that help.
I still have another question for you, Raphael. You mentioned that it was just very recently you allowed someone else start working on the back end.
Yeah.
So, but what was your experience? What has the experience been like building the dev team for Vant? When you were hiring, were there specific characteristics you are looking for in candidates, whether on face value or from assessments? Just share that experience with us.
So I think basically people come and how would I put it? People come and say that they want to work with Vant and all like that. So I think number one thing I look out for when bringing on people to work with Vant is the ability to want to learn. Everything I know today, I learned it.
Yeah.
I'm not how would I put it? I'm not I didn't just grow up an expert.
Yes.
I mean, I'm still learning.
Yes.
So your ability to be susceptible to wanting to learn.
Yeah.
Even I take up in interns every now and then, but their thirst, their hunger. Everything I know today is because of my hunger.
Yeah,
I was
curiosity. Yes.
I didn't say the story. So the story was the fact that I wanted to build a game.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that still going to happen? Is that still?
I can build a game now.
Nice.
I wanted I was inquisitive about my mom got a phone.
Yeah.
So I used to play games there. I'm like, I want to build my own game. I want to build my own game. So those that was the starting factor. That one I was still in primary school, so I wanted to be, so this was starting factor of this is what I wanted to do. So I was very, very inquisitive enough to and I wasn't inquisitive I want to know how the front end how it works.
How it works, yeah.
So that was my mantra. I want to know how it works. So if you are that kind of person, it's easy to tell.
Yeah.
It's easy to tell. And most people I am mostly I work with them. I work with them to some certain end, in some kind of sense.
Okay.
Then there's the probationary period to see how they can easily
adapt
to
and be integrated into the system.
Everybody doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair square. Everybody doesn't know everything. But just if you're able to, if you want to, if you're interested enough. This is about interest. Everybody will say they want to learn how to code. I can just give you a course right now.
Yeah.
Are you interested?
Yeah.
So that's just
you stick to it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Question, Paul.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you are currently experiencing at Vant, both internally and externally?
For every startup, there are different challenges that there
at different stages.
Yeah, I think that for us, I think is needing more hands, right?
Yeah.
One of the biggest things now is that we are a bit overwhelmed, right? In terms of the scale of proportion of what needs to get done versus the hands that we have.
Right.
So, and I think the other thing also is that we could be a lot more. We could be generating a lot more revenue if there was a lot more resources. Okay. For example, we have this has led us to trying to find a few partners to help us do that, to meet the demands of the credit issuance and stuff like that. So that has been there, right? And I think that we have not totally solved that, but we are working on it to ensure that we ourselves are able to get enough access to capital,
right?
That would then help us meet those demands that we do have. Yeah.
So now that you mentioned access to capital, I imagine you're already speaking with VCs. What has that experience been like?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've done a few pitches and all of that, right? I think for starters, the two of us, we are both outgoing and also reserved.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we are a blend of the two, but we try to meet with VCs and investors when it matters, right? I mean, the feedback has been good, right? Some has made, for example, we were scouted by a major what is it called now, VC firm recently, right? So that is something that is already in the pipeline. We are basically sending investor updates to them. Love right. We have a board of advisory that are quite strong. We have a member of the board of advisory that can lead a round. So the board of advisory just came in recently, about last month. Okay. So it's
I was going to ask about that.
So, but we've got promises from them in terms of the kind of check they are willing to write and all of that. So, and of course, we have a few deal rooms coming. We have another deal room that we are doing this month. So, I mean, we'll just keep doing that, right? I'm a type of person, and we are both type of people that we are not particularly in jumping around one accelerator to the other and all of that. I get you. We really just want to get down to the basics and really figure out the business and make it work, right? And quickly set us on the path of profitability and ensure we drill down on the models that actually are sustainable revenue for us. The capital will come, we know that, right? And when you stay long enough at a problem, you figure it out.
True. I love that. When you stay long enough at a problem, you figure it out. As we wind down, I'll start with you, Raphael. What has your experience been like managing people? I mean, I feel like that's the hardest part of a business, right? Yeah. Managing people. What's your experience been like so far?
I mean, how would I put it? It's been a ride. I mean, managing people, I mean, from you doing your thing to you being in charge of people, trying to get them to do. Right. There's a pace at which you
want
work,
stuff,
and you want stuff to be done. So you have to be much more emotional to some extent, but not so emotional. Right. You have to put people in your shoe.
Yeah, empathetic.
Be empathetic to the whole thing. So I think I've become much more of a better leader.
I love that.
I've become much more of a better. I can say I've become much more of a better leader with Vant because. Back then, I don't care. So, but I've become much more of a better leader, and I've become much more of a better team leader too. Not just a leader in that respect. And I've become much more resilient to anything.
Right.
Everything will get sorted out. So,
I love that.
I mean, I can start talking about what I've become better at.
Yes.
But it's been such a joyful ride, and I recommend.
Fantastic. I'm not going to recommend anybody to go and start anything. Building a startup in Nigeria is like death sentence. But definitely the experience that you get along the journey, nothing compares. Nothing compares, and how much you grow as a person.
I mean, literally, the experience, it can't be taught.
No, it cannot. It cannot
just has to be experienced.
It has to be experienced. Actually.
What for you, Paul?
Okay, so quickly, I want to backtrack a bit. So when I was talking about capital, we were we won the innovation prize at Lagos Innovate in 2024.
That's true. Yes, nice.
So that's part of it, right? But we also, one of the people we also need to show gratitude to is Orange Corners Nigeria, right? We won some funding from them and all of that. So that's really helped us. So for people, right? I think that working in corporate for so many years and at a C-suite level when I was CEO, and recruiting and all of that, it sort of allowed me to understand, how to communicate with people.
Right. I love
it. Right, being specific in commands, knowing who is responsible, knowing who is accountable, right? Specific instructions, giving them ability to learn.
Yes.
Right, and develop them, right? Putting some basically guideline policies and all of that. So, and I think that we've not had much problematic employees. I think one of the things is we keep that from the hiring process.
It's not actually. It was easy to because we are kind of people that we know we don't like problems. Like in that kind of sense.
Yes.
If he's going to give us freedom, just exit from this.
Building a startup is that enough? We don't want.
Come and give you headache. Unnecessary headache for that matter.
That's why you need men that you trust.
Yeah.
True.
And we are very particular about culture. Culture is a big part of what I advocate for with us. So we have to find people who are willing to uphold the culture we are building.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, because
even right down to my team, every of my engineers right now, I can put a call. I didn't get any of this done. They know. I'm not just I relate to them well. I relate to them as as it should be.
Yeah.
They know my position in the company, and they know that if I said, let's get this done. We need to get it done. Yeah. And they know that it's very important, and they take it as utmost priority. So we have that kind of relationship that, irrespective of whatever it might be, if I say, okay, you know what, guys, let's get this done, they're getting it done. So, and that's what I look out for when hiring in my team.
Fantastic.
Guys who want to play.
And how would I put it? Engineers can be as software engineers, you can be quite cocky. Sometimes. So, but I feel like to some extent, I can relate with them,
right,
and they can relate with me.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not just talking to them from a point of view of I feel like you should get this done. I'm talking to them because I know that you can get this done. I know you can get this done. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Don't worry, go work.
And those guys, they go on a lot of extra miles.
Yeah, exactly.
They could work all day. Right, literally one pulled an all-nighter. Work all day, they still pull an all-nighter. I'll call them 8 p.m. and say, this thing, customer complain about this thing is done. They'll say, okay, don't worry, we'll get it done.
That's fantastic.
So exactly,
fantastic.
Literally,
I love that. Final question. I'll start with you, Paul. Advice for aspiring founders.
Okay, so 2
takes.
Startup is a marathon. First of all, you have to find a partner who is willing to go the long haul with you, right? And you have to have a type of resilience that is delusional.
Exactly.
Right? Because if you speak sense to yourself long enough, you'll walk out. So, and you have to have faith, right? And you don't be too emotional with your stuff. He knows me, right? When I come up with a strategy, right, and I'm sharing it with him, as I'm sharing that strategy with him, I'm querying that strategy immediately. If I find a hole in that strategy, I throw it out. I say it doesn't work.
Exactly.
So you have to be willing to be flexible. You have to be willing to poke into and not get so attached that is my idea, is my this, is my no. Right? So and get a great team. Yeah.
I love that. Raphael, you.
Okay, so startup founders, right?
Right.
But I tell you not to do it.
That is a very solid advice in itself.
I tell you to do it and find out. But I think generally, from the point of view of Vant, for startup founders, I would say your idea is your idea, but you have to be able to I treat your idea. Like, I mean, when finding market fit, you have to like not be able like to be like emotionally tied to your idea.
Be ready to pivot.
Like ready to pivot, like
necessary.
ready to like when necessary. I know for like I trust this, and I trust that.
Yeah.
I trust my idea. This is how I want it to be. Well, I mean, I was having a conversation with one of my engineers recently. Just to digress. So that you have to build like you're building for your 5 years old. Because users are are funny, and users will test you. Users will test you in the sense that, quick one, this thing can be like, okay, a slug is here.
Yes,
this is a slug.
Yeah.
The average user might not understand what a slug is, but you expect them to understand.
Oh, I see.
Take it as that your idea is a slug.
Yeah.
You expect your idea. They're supposed to know this. I just shook this. Be able to like, you have to like be able to like sit down in your user's position, and that would help a lot actually, and that would not frustrate. Like it will lessen the frustration.
Okay.
When you understand that.
Yes.
This thing, it's who that will use it. It's not your head that will use it. Ideas can be all bright and shiny in your head, but it's not your head that will use it.
Exactly. How are people interacting?
And as developers, we can be very, very like, you're supposed to know this thing now.
It's very intuitive now. It's straightforward.
I feel like what Vant has helped me understand over the course of my career is that you're not your user. You're not your user, actually.
You're not building for yourself.
You're not building for yourself. You're not your user. And your users can be learned, but they can still not be able to like get your idea the way you're presenting it. So you need to like be able to present your idea the way your user wants to see it.
I love it.
So that's my.
I think I would like to end it on that note.
It's
been amazing having you guys on the show. Thank you for taking out the time once again. That's been it on this week's episode of the Made in Africa podcast. I'm your host, Kemishi Samuel. You've been listening to Paul and Raphael of Vant. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.